Hello, beloved, and welcome to your message from the big God, okay, from God Himself. I thank you so much for your time. I thank you for joining me, okay? Let us tap in and begin and proceed with your message from God, okay? Why have you tapped into this? What led you and presented you with this message? What got you here? Let's see why. Like, why did you resonate with the channel, or with the title? So, questions here. Questions. So, the energy I'm being tapped into here by my ancestors is the energy of, I'm being exposed to an energy that is in your life that is still holding on to you. Um, holding on to, I feel like this is someone that is holding on to an idea they have of you. I feel like this is someone who never experienced you, but holds on to what it would be like to have experienced you. It's like, yeah, the fool. This is someone who never faced up to their truest form or truest nature when it came to you. They never revealed themselves, when it came to you. Either they never came clean about their emotions, or they never met you halfway or reciprocated your energy, or someone ghosted here. You have a runner energy. This is a runner energy, someone that didn't do right by the connection. And now I feel like this is someone that is regretting that, regretting not taking, they feel like they took a loss without fail here. They feel like they really took a loss because at the end of it, I feel like in the end, they come off looking stupid. This is how they feel. They feel like they're the ones that look stupid. And this is someone that feels like you really don't care about them anymore. You've moved on. You're living a life that doesn't need them, and someone is not used to not feeling needed by you. This could be energetically as well, spiritually based. Like someone always felt you, like within that regard, like they always had that sort of reassurance that you need them, even if they manipulated it. That would have been the problem here. But even if that wasn't the case, this person knew. They knew how you felt about them. They knew what they did to you within. They might have not known it and known it with that much depth, or the depth that it was in, but they had an idea. And the fact that that was the case and they still manipulated you, that says a lot about their character. Because I feel like you're dealing with someone who was a manipulator and manipulated the connection until until you stop playing their game here. Like you just stopped, you know what I'm saying? And someone couldn't take that and can't take that. Like, why did you stop playing my game? Like, that's the type of energy this person's coming through with. I feel like you're dealing with the narcissist energy here. One which is heavily narcissistic. This is someone who made you cry. Like heavy tears. Like that's when like someone made you cry. Like, and I feel like you cried because of someone's ruthlessness here. Like someone I feel like it could be something as like someone knowing damn well they want you, but purposely holding themselves back from you as like punishment to you, or even to themselves, like, I don't know, someone here is just dark and very elusive, and they have a strange relationship with femininity or masculinity, because whether this is a feminine or masculine energy, they have a strange relationship with the opposite gender, the opposite sex, because how they experience the opposite sex in their life is in trauma. Like someone's mother was maybe like a pig here, like towards them. Like someone's mother kept like shitting on them all the time. Verbal abuse, emotional abuse, psychologically just turning someone into a monster, like things like that. And now they hate women, or they always objectify women all the time, or look for something in women that's wrong because their mom was so wrong, it's just like that type of masculine energy. And if it's a feminine, then vice versa, like someone got heavy daddy issues, and I feel like you are the closest to the dad. Wow, I can't believe I just said that. I said that, like, I feel like you're the closest to the mom if you're the feminine. This person compares you to their mother here. Like this could be even in how you look or how you speak, how you do something or do things. Like it triggered someone immensely, like someone's trauma, and that's why they played you, or they played this game with you, or they were this ruthless. You were like, they were taking it out on you here. They looked at you with trauma based eyes. You saw them differently. You have the lovers, as I said that. Hence, you weren't seeing the darkness, but it was there, yeah, the devil, the whole time. And you just didn't want to see it because your judgment, I feel like it's not that the moon, yeah. It's not that you didn't want to see it, it's like your judgment was clouded because of, like, I feel like what you felt for this person was really deep. It's like, one of those relationships that never happened and you really wanted it to happen. It was felt so real, so good, and it felt like if it did happen, it would have been the best thing ever, but it never happened. Like it's one of those. It's definitely one of those. And if that doesn't resonate, then please click off this video. If you've never experienced a relationship like that, a connection like that, you know, with someone here. But yeah, so as I was saying, this energy was like so ruthless even towards themselves because they denied themselves the gift of experiencing like something with you here. Like I feel like it's not even with like the fact that, oh, you the gift or whatever. Nah, it's like this connection would have been a gift, like for real. Because like what I'm seeing here is like what it would have brought out of the both of you. That's what would have been the gift. You guys would have been different, like, and together. That is what would have been beautiful about it. It was gonna be like the togetherness of it, like, yeah, it's me and you, like, it would have been me and you against the world energy. It really would have here. It really would have. I'm seeing it. Although I'm seeing some instances where I just feel like you guys would have had a lot of sexual intercourse, like, but like for the wrong reasons. It would be like you guys have a heated argument and then you sex it out or something like that, like, but like it was gonna be what you needed at the time. That's what God is saying. Like certain things just happen how they do for a reason. It brings out what it needs to bring out of you. You live that shit and you let it go, so that, like, your next chapter, like, you can just chill and be evolved with it. And because that's what maybe it requires of you, like what you experience now, it's required in your next chapter. You need to just let that shit go, experience this, and let it do what it does to you and move on. And this is what is needed, is necessary to propel you to a different chapter that's better than this. But yeah, I feel like this would have brought out a different side of you, like, and it would have been what you needed, like I said, and it would have been right back then. But right now, I just feel like you bringing someone back into your life would be a dangerous thing here. This wouldn't be it wouldn't be a wise choice here, you know? Because I feel like you're dealing with like a predatory energy that like loves you too much or something. Or has like this dangerous love, like dangerously in love energy. Like someone that's like that type of love that like has no bounds. And it could be psychologically based, spiritually based, physically based, like the capabilities, the actions, what what is done here could be based on those narratives, spiritually based, physically based, intellectually based, mentally, you know, emotionally based. What this connection is based on is how it fucked you up. However way you connected to this ruthless masculine energy, ruthless feminine energy, it fucked you up nonetheless. but think of how you connected to them, like whatever. That's what this relationship was based on, and that's what it was gonna, it's like that's what it was gonna heal if it was, if they would have done right, or if something would have moved properly or been correctly done here. If someone did something, if someone did right by you, things would have been different. So I just feel like the experience is what you missed out on here. You missed out on an experience. I'm seeing it. I'm seeing that it was a missed experience, but not opportunity, because you didn't miss out on nothing like that. You just missed out on what this could be or could have been. And it's true, because like I see that, like I feel like this is one of those connections where it would have been like you go to a party with this person, right? Some club or some public setting or event. Before you go, it would be like, maybe you live together and, it's gotten to that point. And I feel like it would get to that point quickly. It would have gotten to that point quickly. This was that type of, it was like that, it was that, you know what I'm saying? That type of connection, that type of relationship where it's just fire, very passionate. And it's fiery connection here. Very fluid too. Emotions, but like deep, like damn. But like, yeah, so you go to the party and the club, and then like before you go, like he or she tells you that, like, nah, don't wear that. It's like the feminine would tell you, like, I don't want you wearing that because it shows like your dick print or something, or it shows like something, like that type of vibration with it, like even speaking on those terms, like, yeah, or the masculine would tell you like that's it's too tight on you or something, like I don't know. And then you don't you okay. So clearly there was like this possessiveness someone had over you, but they were channeling it in anger, in frustration, in like hatredness or some form of resentment, resentful energy, grudge holder energy. Like they had so much love and desire for you, and sort of like a possessiveness. This masculine or feminine energy here does not play about you, and didn't, like, it's like even now, that's why I feel like they can be like dangerous, because it's like they don't, it's someone that can do anything for you, but like in an unhealthy way. Like, let's further proceed with the example of maybe like you'll go to the club after they tell you how to wear something, or so, like, and then you get to the club, and then the lighting in the club maybe reveals your face, or, or reveals your body still, or somehow reveals whatever they don't want people to see. The light in the club that is out of your control. Already you obeyed when they said do this. And then you get to the club, and then they start feeling insecure and possessive all of a sudden when they notice how the light hits you. Center stage or something like that. Like center stage where you naturally maybe grab attention from people. People naturally just you are interesting to look at or something. And then you get to this, and then like they just keep tweaking out, like anyone that looks at you, like they want to just fight them, or if it's a masculine, they want to punch that person or something, like want to punch that nigga. It's like, you know and like if it's a feminine, they would be the type to just, they don't care, they just throw a slap, you know what I'm saying? And this could be same sex for some of you, okay? This could be a few percentage, like 5% of you. That's okay. So yeah, moving on. I just feel like this is just one of those connections where it didn't happen, but like if you would have, like, that's the vibe, like that would have literally been the vibe. Because I feel like you might not think though that this would have been it, because some of you, this person here, like 50% of you, they were very cold. Like this was a cold ass person, like, I feel like they were cold to the point where, like, yeah, man, like ice cold, like someone was snow. Hmm. Pure snow. Anyway, so whatever the narrative was, let's say you get drunk. Let's continue with the analogy, which would be, I feel like this is important so that you understand what this would have been like and like what it would have brought out of you. This is a fun reading, okay? A fun message, so let's just flow with it. So it basically would have been like, let's continue further where they now get drunk. Y'all drunk now in the party, in the vibe or whatever. And the alcohol starts kicking in. And when the alcohol starts kicking in, anything goes. Whether that you just start swinging, right? Already they were pissed off that like you were seen. I feel like the possessiveness would be like this person would always have a constant fear that you are seen how they see you. Even if that wasn't the case, or even if it wasn't true like that, or they had their own unique perspective of you, but they thought that like everyone saw you this way. That was the biggest mistake. Like that's what kept them away, because they were so, I feel like you're dealing with someone who just ran, man. They ran from this shit, like they really did, man. This was just one of the reasons why. It's just one of the factors that contributed to their absence or their silence or their disconnect or their coldness here, you know. Because, yeah, here, someone was just scared of you, scared of what this was or meant. This masculine, feminine energy was just very scared here, like truly. But, like, yeah, so it would just be like, in the party, like they hold themselves in the club, they hold themselves in, like even with the alcohol, they hold themselves in. They don't want to reveal that they're upset, or they really want you to change, or they really wish you could just go home. It's like they don't want to be that person, even though they are. But so they try holding it in until you get home. You get home, you're already drunk, right? And it's like the energy that like they just jealous. That's what it would be, though. Back then, that's how you would have viewed it, because that's the vibration you both were on. But like I feel like you left somebody behind. You're no longer the same. Like it can't be that, because you're not that person. But like this was just like past psyche type. This is like a Akashic records here. Your past here. I'm just unlocking it. Like I'm unlocking some past experience you were meant to have with someone. But yeah, let's say you get home drunk from this club night, and this masculine feminine energy has been holding this energy in the whole night, like just wanting to just let it out, but like not wanting to be that guy or that girl with it. So they just, they keep it in. You get home, all of a sudden they start like throwing shit around or hitting you. It's like this could, be like rage. Like they do this out of rage. Maybe like they do this for the first time. Like you don't see they just let it out like this for the first time. Like, or you've never seen them. They just out of nowhere. Like maybe you get slapped or punched, even like some crazy shit, and then you just on that floor, like looking up at that person, like, did you just do that? Like, but you're not saying it, but like you just like in that shock. And I feel like the next morning they would leave you there and go to bed and not say a word. This is a movie shit, but like that would have been your life, beloved. This is true. So the next morning they'd expect nothing less than sulking and moodiness from you. They wouldn't be expecting you to leave them. this feminine and masculine energy. Nah, they would just expect you would have got up and came to bed as well and just suck it up type energy. That's someone. This is someone else. But whatever trauma this person has is just, yeah, man, it's deep. But it would have manifested itself in y'all guys' relationship. You guys' relationship, like this. If you resonate with this, like this is for you, don't question it. If you really feel it, like, yeah, man, I see it too. Like, because now you know, right? So let's not, drag it out here to be something it's not. You already know this would have been it. Like, this is just confirmation. So this, you know, the next morning they get up and they make you a big breakfast in bed, and then they sex you so good. Like, they literally just make good love to you after you eat your breakfast. And maybe you do go to bed, you are silent, and you're not saying anything. You just have like a black eye or like a scar. And it's just silence in the home until he or she comes back in the room with that breakfast that next morning. That's just the narrative. You get up from the floor, you go to bed, you wake up the next morning, but like, you don't wake up first. You don't want to. Even if you're conscious, you want him or her to wake up first because you're scared, or you just don't know how to react. Because you you would love you would have the love you would have had for this person would have been, you would have stayed. If you wouldn't have stayed, don't watch this. Even if you resonate with the first part, if you wouldn't have stayed even after this behavior, then this is not for you. If you know and you are true to yourself, and you know for real that you would have stayed and put up with it because you love this person to that depth, and you were willing, there was no bond. It's that type of connection where it's just like fluid in that, like, just that toxicness, but like, it would have been so good for you back then. That's the crazy part about it. But like, right now, you would have seen it differently, but the experience itself would have shaped you in a way you needed it to. If you wouldn't have stayed, please don't continue. Let's not lie to ourselves about it or formulate a narrative that is non-existent, because then I would be a false narrator or a false tarot reader. But like, yeah, I'm not. So I'm not gonna lie to you about that. It's not for you. So you would have stayed. The next morning, you chilling in bed. He or she comes back and they give you food and they watch you eat. They lay it on the bed. You sit up. They lay it, and they just watch you eat it in silence, and you just eat it. And maybe they put some yogurt in there, and you just eating. And they after you finish, they take it away and they leave you. They don't go out or anything. Well, even if they do, but like, they give you space. They want you to break the silence. He would have wanted you to be on that. She would have wanted you to be the one to break the silence, even after what they did or would have done to you the night before. And you would have some things, I don't know. Some relationships is just, I don't know. Like, like what you would have done for this man, for this woman, man. But like, yeah. Yeah. But that's the thing. Sometimes life is just like that. But you get up, you shower, you make sure you look dazzling. You are unaware of what he might have been upset about. You might have an idea, or she might have been upset about. You might have an idea. A part of you might feel like, okay, maybe I did something. See, now you start to question yourself, but that would have just been the love. It's okay, beloved. It didn't happen. We just spilling the Akashic records here, the past, and we'll conclude it here because this is the current energy that's showing up. So this is, just informing you spiritual news about, just the connection, where it would have headed and what it would have meant to you, and to show you that, you didn't feel that crazy depth about it for no reason. Even when you hadn't experienced one another when you wanted to, what you felt for one another was truly real. And if it would have been experienced for what it was supposed to be, it would have been crazy real, crazy real. So some things, yeah. But you get up, you get dressed, you have no idea what might have upset him or her, but you're just thinking about it as you shower or bath or take a bath or something. And then as you bath, you and before you get dressed up and look dazzling, you call his or her name. You call her by name, like first original name. And you never maybe do that. Maybe you'll have a nickname or something. And you call them or her by their name for the first time after not calling them by their name, and obviously that in a relationship you already know, like, and then they come quickly, they just come to you, and then they say, yes, my love, you know, and you say, join me, and you guys not necessarily sleep with one another or fuck or anything, but it would just be like you guys just have a moment, you share moments where there is like this blank stare into each other's eyes, like what just happened, like, because you don't want to leave, and he or she knows, like, they don't know how to express themselves, and they were just jealous, like, it's just, and then I feel like they watch you break your silence again, and you say, like, I forgive you, you know and maybe you would say it in that moment to think they would not do it again, or because it's the first time, you don't think that it would be what it would turn out, it would escalate. But I'm not saying it might have, I'm just saying, like, that would have been that. So do you understand? Like, I feel like this person's level of jealousy stayed hidden, and they would like, back to this person's energy that you are dealing with, not the example, not the narrative, not the analogy I just gave about the club and coming back home and everything. The person, like, themselves, I feel like they were very jealous over you. Like someone here was truly just jealous. They jealousy just drove them nuts here, because they would constantly just project and not see the bigger picture. You'd have to constantly chase this person, like, and I feel like you got tired, or they crossed the line, you know what I'm saying, somehow, and I feel like you just couldn't take it, and someone stayed away too long or something, like there was just a disconnect, a separation that led to, I don't think you guys can be back together, because, like, there's been that much time that passed. But I feel like you still have, like, some form of care, even if, like, you know it didn't happen or anything, but, like, there's still that level of care, but it's very just passive, like, yeah, you just are like that. You empathize a lot, even with the people you're not meant to empathize for or with. That doesn't mean you should get back with this person or anything. It just means, like, you feel it, because obviously this is your life, beloved, and this is your identity, and you were meant to experience this with them, but it just didn't happen. And of course they regret it. Like, do you even need to, like, question that? Like, I feel like that's no sorry about that, that's no question, there's no question about it. Someone does regret that. God wants me to further proceed here, and then we'll close this off. So let's say that, after you get out the shower and having that moment where maybe you guys are just cleaning yourselves, and you're looking at one another with blank stares, or you're feeling one another, you washing him and he washing you, or whatever, like, you washing her, she washing you, like, she cleaning your body, in the shower or in the bathtub or whatever. And then it's like, when you get out, there's still this no communication, lack of talking, but there's this energy shift where he or she would feel like, that's like, I feel like the second they did what they did to you, they regretted it. But because they didn't want to lose you, they didn't want to show this, like, okay, I was wrong, because they thought that like that you would have had a reason to leave, so they just ignored the situation. Like that's how someone thinks. They just ignore it and then they hope it just goes away. What else would happen? You go to another club and this time they say wear a trench coat. And then maybe you showed a bit of leg, and then like, you know what I'm saying, like, or wear a baggy shirt for my masculines, and then maybe like you just fine, like fine as hell, your face, and then people just look at you and it's like it's not your fault, but like I just feel I just, even with my feminines, I just feel like someone was so jealous, like, oh my god, like someone just wanted you to themselves, but they didn't know how to voice that, or it wasn't, I don't know, like someone was scared, like they were scared of the power you were gonna have over them, yeah, or something. Like, nah, like how do you make me, like how am I tripping out right now? Someone would ask themselves that, like internalizing some dialogue within themselves, like why is this, why are you making, like, you see what I'm saying, like I feel like this was just a lot for someone and they just couldn't take it like that, and they just, this is how they channeled their ways. But yeah, I don't want to drag this out any further, but God is wanting me to um conclude this by saying that, like, whatever you deprive yourself of, knowing that, like, I'm depriving myself of this, I'm running away from this, or in this case, he or she here, depending on who you're dealing with, they knew, this masculine or feminine knew that they were running away from you, and they expected you to stay chasing, or at least stay open to them, and that's not how it works. I just feel like you've moved on from someone and they haven't moved on from you, and I don't think they ever will, because I feel that's what I said, like when you deprive yourself of something long enough, you end up being a slave to it, because as soon as you get it, you just can't stop wanting it. So I just feel like if they hadn't known that you wanted them like that, it would have been better. They would have been able to live with them not fessing up. But because they knew, and they still didn't come forward the way they had to, that's what is fucking them up, because they see that, like, I had an opportunity, I just didn't take it. So now it's like they kind of like, you know what, like, I'm just gonna stay hidden. This is someone that will always, like, need you very much, very much. Whether they choose to accept that or not, that will be their reality. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna conclude this further by saying that, in life, we don't choose how things, like, we don't choose the outcome. We can try and take the necessary steps to have the desired outcome, but we still don't choose the outcome. We just need to flow with it. And I feel like you flowed with the outcome, you let someone go. And this sent back, like, their energy where, like, they felt the disconnect, like someone, like they felt something here. It's not even just about your silence or them seeing you move on. They felt they felt it. That's how connected you guys might have been in the past. They felt you, and it was like, okay, now they're regretful and they scared to come back because they know, like, you might have really just moved on. And I don't think they ever will come back. Sorry, beloved, if that's what you were expecting for some of you. But some things are just destined to end. Because, like I said, this is like dangerously in love type energy. This is someone you wouldn't want back into your life, because, like, they would steal you away from your current reality, which I feel wouldn't be a good thing, because you have a good life now. Like, I feel like you've moved on, you better, you healed, you healthier now. The side they would have brought out of you is what was needed back then, but right now that side would weaken you in rank, spiritual rank, and in just weakening you in general, because like someone is, I don't know, if you haven't healed, then they still are your weakness, but if you have healed, they not, so take that how it resonates. But this got deep, but I feel like it no longer is. And I feel like it's just a matter of like moving forward and accepting that someone's failing to do here. This is someone that has vowed to not like love anyone outside of you, even if you never loved them. But I feel like that's just an excuse. Someone is just like living in a dark illusion in life here, and they don't want to let anyone in, and they always wait till things are too far. Like, it's just, what can you do? Like, at this point, like, what can you do? We done. Like, what I'm saying? That's your energy. So yeah, I'm gonna end this, guys. I'm sending you the utmost love and respect, and I hope that this brought you some form of closure into your life, and rest, bringing you towards a restful spirit within yourself, so that this doesn't feel heavy. If it was feeling like that, just bring you a step closer to healing. This, because I feel like this was a twin flame connection that really was burdensome and traumatic as hell. But congratulations to you, beloved, for not staying in that grudge, that vibration, that hurt. And congratulations for making it out, okay? Don't go back to anything that broke you, because it can do it again. That power can be unlocked again, and you can be weak to that person again. Don't put yourself in that position. There's someone here, it's like a forever type thing if you were to ever tie yourself down like that. Like, they would never leave you alone. Like, but yeah, I'm grateful for your time. Until next time, beloved, I'm sending you the utmost love once again. Take care and bye.